dry grass parts without a sound. A heavy shape ghosts between tamarind trunks, claws scissoring the dust into quiet lines. Tongue flicks, tasting the wind. The head tilts, then stills. A blur of muscle, a step, and the strike lands. Serrated teeth open a curtain of red, then the hunter breaks contact and falls back into shade. Heartbeats lengthen. The trail darkens across the scrub. What follows is not a sprint, but a countdown. This is largest lizard hunting as calculus. Distance, heat, and time, with chemistry set loose inside the wound. Hours can pass before the horizon answers. The islands rise from bright seas, Komodo, Rinca, Flores. Wedges of thorn forest and savanna crossed by dry gullies. Here, a top predator moves mostly alone, sometimes gathering where carrion smells travel on the wind. It sprints when it must, but almost never far. Heat builds fast in armor and flesh. The tongue's twin tips feed a Jacobson's organ with scent miles old. The skull houses long, backward-tilted teeth that shear more than crush. Juveniles hide in trees. Adults own the ground. Only after the pattern resolves does the name fit the silhouette. The Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard. Komodo dragon. Venom, the lethal bite of the world's largest lizard. Names the anchor and the edge, power in the body, chemistry in the bite. Here is the paradox, stated plain. How did the Komodo dragon evolve both physical strength and biochemical weaponry for hunting? A single bite can drop blood pressure, thin clotting, and spiral a large deer into shock. Studies indicate glands along the lower jaw produce a venom rich in hypotension-inducing and anticoagulant components. Blood pools where it should plug, and vessels relax when they should constrict. Meanwhile, mechanical damage is severe. A sawing bite opens long channels that keep feeding the chemistry. Field accounts show wounded animals staggering hours later, then folding as strength vanishes. The hunter follows at a distance, reading an untraceable scent graph on the wind. Komodo dragon bite effects mix muscle trauma with vasodilation and impaired coagulation. Komodo dragon prey seldom runs far once the ledger turns. In this arithmetic, patience beats speed. The reptile predator, Indonesia, waits for physiology to finish what teeth began. 3 lines of explanation lead. First, synergy by island selection. On isolated islands with medium to large hoofed prey, deer, pigs, buffalo, the winning strategy is not outright tackle, but safe attrition. The body delivers cuts that matter. The mouth adds biochemistry that keeps those cuts open and the heart starved. Over generations, natural selection ratchets both blades, jaw power and venom yield, because each amplifies the other. The trade-off is time. When Komodo dragon prey reaches water or rugged ground, the trail can break, and a day's energy is lost. Second, economy and risk management. Heat and injury are predators too. Chasing at full tilt costs water and invites broken bones under thorn and stone. A strategy built on chemical pursuit lets the hunter step out of the stampede. Bite once, track later. In this view, Komodo dragon venom is a tool that lowers the risk of retaliation from boar tusks or horned heads. The cost is uncertainty. Scavengers may steal the prize, or the wounded vanish into ravines. Even then, scent maps often rebuild the route, and patience holds. Third, deep ancestry tuned by size. Many lizards carry components of the Toxicofera venom toolkit. The Komodo lineage may have inherited and then emphasized genes that disrupt pressure and clotting. Scientists still debate how far venom, oral bacteria, and sheer blood loss each push the collapse. The old dirty mouth myth has faded, but secondary infection can matter after the fact. What is clear is that Komodo dragon bite effects appear fast, marked bleeding, weakness, and shock, even before microbes could move the needle. The combination has been rewriting what we thought we knew about giant lizard predation. Mechanics make the chemistry lethal. Teeth act like steak knives, their serrations loading saliva deep into tissue. Jaw muscles drive a pull and saw motion that opens long, low tunnels rather than neat punctures. Blood pressure drops, clotting stalls. A second strike, if needed, renews the curve. The hunter's tongue keeps poling the trail. A forked sensor refines direction with each flick. Reptile predator Indonesia fits here. A system built for hot ground and long droughts, where a missed step costs hours and a correct one closes the distance in minutes. Behavior welds the parts. Ambush at salt licks and game paths. Feints to split herds. A short rush angled to a rear leg or flank, where bone sits shallow. After the bite, a standoff. The dragon watches and waits, moving between shade and edge to bleed heat. When the prey stumbles, the lizard closes with low lateral sweeps that avoid hooves. At a carcass, a social order forms without ceremony. Smaller dragons hang back. Larger ones feed first, shoulders wedging ribs open. Largest lizard hunting becomes a choreography of patience and force, each step conserving risk while spending what matters. Constraints shape the rule. Heavy rain dilutes scent. Steep gullies mask wind. A wrong wind spills the plan. Buffalo, introduced and massive, can stand off a single attacker. Groups do better, but risk rises. Even so, the template endures because it flexes. The same chemistry that slows a deer pressures a pig. The same jaw that opens a thigh can open a throat when a chance offers. Through it all, Komodo dragon venom remains the steady subtext, less spectacle than multiplier. Island light flares, then softens. A dust plume lifts on the ridge. A dark body tilts, falters, and lies still. The hunter appears without hurry and begins. Can patience be deadlier than speed? The answer walks on these islands, where time, teeth, and toxin share the work. Komodo dragon. Venom, the lethal bite of the world's largest lizard, leaves a simple lesson with a long shadow. Physiology can hunt as surely as muscle. If prey change, if droughts lengthen, if winds shift, this arithmetic may fail, and the certainty that seemed inevitable will look vanished. For now, the chemistry holds, and the dragon writes the ending hours after the first line was cut.